Hello, welcome back to Tarot by Lodestone Productions, where we help you discover your true north. I am Aditi, and this is a message for whenever this message reaches you, because Spirit is not bound to our time and space continuum, and so the only time by which we tell time is divine time. Dig what I'm saying? So let us check our spiritual voicemail and see what's what. Shall we? Do let's. Here we go. So, the overall theme, the overreaching theme for this channel is not necessarily what others are doing to you as an individual, even though I'm speaking to the collective. It's more about looking within yourself, right? And I know that the majority of the other channels focus on what's happening outside of you, right? Like Page of Swords, what's happening outside of yourself, third parties and karmics and black magic and psychic attacks, things along those lines, which is, hey, if you need to know what's going on around you so you know how to manage yourself, and that's cool. And quite frankly, I'm not throwing any shade whatsoever, because listen, they're getting the views, you feel me? But I personally spent a lot of time trying to control the moves of people around me, and wound up working myself up into such a state that made me unbearable even to myself. And so I, long time ago, started to look in at me and try and figure out why I felt the need to dictate how other people move. And it's basically been the theme and also the crux of my spiritual journey. So this page is all about looking within yourself and seeing what's going on within you, because if you're like me and you need to have control, then it's best to focus on the things that you can control, which is self. That's it. And once you start self-regulating and understanding your own inner workings and starting to acknowledge who you are and where you are and moving through it with grace. Ugh. That's a tall enough order as it is. You won't have time or the energy to worry about what someone else is doing. Especially when you won't have time. Keeping it a buck. And if you do have time, more power to you. But personally, I don't. I got too much stuff that I need to learn about this universe that is Avenue Self to worry myself about what another skin suit is doing. So, with that being said, let's see what's going on here. Ten of Fire with the Page of Swords. Three of Earth with the Moon and the Eight of Wands. Oh, that's interesting. Temperance with the Wheel of Fortune, Two of Swords, and Eight of Swords. Ooh. What? Really? Okay. All right. Let's check the viewfinder. Make sure everything is copacetic. Let's move you up here so you can... Want the tongue? Want the tongue? Want the tongue? Okay. All right, let's check it out. So, Ten of Fire with the Page of Swords, or Ten of Wands, clarified by the Page of Swords. I'm hearing epiphany. Yeah. Pressure makes diamonds. There's this pressure cooker that is the Ten of Wands. The pressure and the strength building. The pain. It's the pain necessary for growth. And from that pressure, cracks and this new way of thinking emerges. Walk with me. Your heart gets broken, and after you're done being sad and angry about the heartbreak, there's the healing period. If you are like me and you take time to be single between relationships in order to look at your own role in that relationship and see if there's something that needs to be adjusted, or if there's nothing that needs to be adjusted. It's like, going back and looking at some things. But without the pain of that heartbreak, it wouldn't have caused you to go back and reassess your own moves within a relationship, right? So Three of Pentacles with the Moon and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so there's some... Oh, no, don't do that. Okay. There's some... There's some building that you don't know is happening with you. There's some growth that you're not seeing. Hold on. Okay. And you'll be made aware of it with the Eight of Wands. Like you'll get the messages that the growth is happening, but right now it's behind the scenes. Temperance with the Wheel of Fortune, Two of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. I think because you don't see it, you're not really recognizing that this is going to work in your favor. I've been hearing messages about promotion, financial stability, things of the like. And there's this this thought that's like, that's not for you. That's not for you. The shit, it ain't. I mean, if it's happening for everyone else, why could it not also happen for me? Like, what part of the game is that? You know? Like, why wouldn't I be the recipient of something great? And so there's this learning how to be both sure of foot but also nimble as this wheel of fortune turns, turning away from this indecision as well as self-imposed limitation. Because we've been in this long enough. Ace of Cups, the Fool, Four of Wheels, Nine of Swords, Three of Cups, Ten of Cups. Well, talk about aces, and we always say they have to be recognized and grasped and worked in order for them to become the Ten of Cups. We've got the Ace, 4, and 10 right down this path right here. Like, that's fantastic. Golly, that's great. Oh, that's all right. That's not lost to me, but back over here. All right, so with this new way of thinking, it also frees up the heart space to be able to actually receive the love, the happiness, the joy, the prosperity, the belief in self, right? That you're actually worth something. This ace is it's like a brand new start from the heart. And then you've got the Fool here. This is a brand new direction that you're taking altogether. Right? These works that have been happening behind the scenes with the Moon and the Eight of Wands, like laying out that path for you to take, which is going to be brand new for you. But the thing is, Spirit has been working on packing down the soil and clearing out the path so that you are able to walk through with a level of carefree that you would not be afforded if the path wasn't somewhat forged, right? Four of Wheels along with that, this path, you may choose to keep it quiet for a while. Strongly suggest it. If you win the lottery, don't tell nobody. Don't tell anybody. Don't get the giant check and take a picture with smiling and shit. No, fuck all that. Just keep it quiet. You get your team together, you get your stuff, get your affairs in order. Get your affairs in order with the Four of Wheels, right? And you've got the Nine of Swords, Three of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Survivor's remorse, baby. Yeah. I mean, because there's been this pattern of woe is me-ism, woe is me-ness. Yes. This pattern of everything is terrible. Stuff's gonna get better, but it's terrible right now. And then, you know, having to push through that and into this almost fever pitch of all that is wrong with the world. But then right behind that, having like this celebration and this long-term happiness. There are people around you, there are entities, there are absolute systems in place that thrive off of the energy that hopelessness and apathy brings. Let me say that again. There are people, entities, and systems that thrive solely on the energy that hopelessness and apathy bring. Which is why these systems, people, entities want to keep you in that frame of mind, because they have something to gain. But you are actually able and worthy to achieve not only celebration in the truest sense, but also long-term happiness. Not the kind of happiness where you turn a blind eye to all that is wrong with the world, but the kind of happiness that is pure, from the heart, from the soul. You know? Like actual happiness. So, nope, you go over here. 8 of wind, I guess we're doing this. 9 of water. And 1 of fire. So, 8 of swords. Oh, that's the wands. 8 of swords. 9 of cups. And ace of wands. Even though you've got this opportunity here to have long-term happiness, this self-imposed limitation is still here. Look, I'm not even going to fuss about it, because I really think that it's part of the human condition. It happens. It is a naturally occurring thing, but it's something that we have to be aware of, and also understand that this is something that we can also maneuver past, through, however you want to work it. This does not have to be your final destination. This 8 of swords doesn't have to be the end all be all, even if it looks like it, right? 9 of cups, you could actually be happy. You could be satisfied. You can have your wishes fulfilled. No fucking way. Yes, fucking way. Sure can. You weren't put here to just suffer, pay taxes, and die. Ew. There's so much more to this pile of rocks than that. There's so much more to your actual existence in this time and space continuum than just that. You deserve happiness just like anybody else. And why would you think that you get a cookie because you suffer hard? Because you choose to suffer hard. What? Ace of Wands is really calling for you to challenge that. I use the phrase, sun yourself on the rock of martyrdom. I mean, do you really think that that's going to, is that going to give you your desired result? As you are sunning yourself on the rock of martyrdom, I challenge you to think about what your preferred end goal would be, and if these actions are actually aiding you in achieving that. The Emperor. Here we go with some end goals. All right. Page of Wands with some passion. King of Cups with some emotional maturity. The Magician, Mr. Why Not. Page of Cups, some fresh love in action. And the Star with the healing. Okay. All right. I see where we're going with this. Come on, Spirit. Okay. yes, there is self-control required in order to be in this Emperor energy. There are some rules. Got some rules around here. Second shelf is mine. It's where I keep my Yoo-Hoos and my double thick Oreo cookies. No one touches the second shelf but me. Emperor. Yellow heart if you know where that comes from. Okay, moving on. Page of Wands and the King of Cups with the Nine of Cups. This fresh passion and fresh love. Oh, it's not in action, it's actually in theory. But here's your spark plug, right? You're just kind of like testing the passion, kind of seeing like just how hot the fire burns, you know? Water is great. You can do a lot of things with water. You can do a lot of things with water, just unmanipulated. But if you add a little bit of fire to water, you get boiling water. And if you boil water, you can do a lot more with it in addition to what you can with just room temperature water, right? This is like taking all of this information that you have learned, and then now that you've become solid in it, adding a new element to see what you can do, what things you can do, what range of things can be done, adding this new element to it. Test driving happiness. Okay. Test driving satisfaction. Satisfaction, not settling. Satisfaction. Those are two different things. You've got the Ace of Wands with the Magician, Page of Cups, and the Star. The Magician, Mr. I have everything I need to do what I want. Whatever, I do what I want. Well, yeah, you can. You've got the tools, you've got the know-how, you've got the space. Handle it. What is your end goal? Is what you're doing aiding you in achieving your end goal? Page of Cups. The sweetness of your first crush. The happy feelings, the endorphins that you get from actually liking somebody, you know, it's nice. And I think sometimes we forget, especially as we become older, we become jaded to that, and we think that this Page of Cups feeling is only reserved for the young and or naive. I beg to differ. We were just talking about having actual happiness. Actual happiness, right? And understanding that it's actually possible. You got the Star coming up, and the only way to go from an 8 of Swords to a 10 of Cups is through healing what has been hurt. Because this 8 of Swords is a defense mechanism. It is a learned defense mechanism to stave off extended attacks to the self. You don't get to the Eight of Swords without going through the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is, that can be some very painful energy. Lies, mistrust, malicious thoughts, actions, deeds, malicious thoughts and words, you know. And so to stop all of that pain, but coming in and attacking, yes, the Eight of Swords gets erected. However, like I said previously, this does not have to be the end all be all. If you take the time to work in this star energy and actually do the healing and do the work that the healing requires, you can reach this Ten of Cups. But you're not going to be able to just toss up the swords and go straight to it. There's a whole process there. Whole process. Hermit. And a lot of that is, like I said, self-work. It's not worrying about, with the Seven of Swords, it's not worrying about those psychic attacks. It's setting up those perimeters, setting up those defenses, right? And asking your team, I can't stress this enough, asking your team to come in and intercede and handle these attacks that you may or may not know about, and provide a space safe and conducive to your healing. Right? Which means you may have to go back into this hermit mode. Pull on back, step back from, society at large, and look at how you're acting with society at large. What are you doing? Do you like it? Do you not like it? How do you need to make adjustments? Go in here and work that out with this magician energy. Going in here, hermit that stuff. Evil scientist that shit for a minute. Go, I don't know, go invent a healinator. Blue heart, if you get it. But work it out. Knight of Swords and Strength. Cut out all the bull. Cut out the bull that you tell yourself. Cut out the bull from other people. Don't worry about what is happening outside of you, because right now you working on self. This hermit action, you healing you, baby. And if what someone else has to bring to you is not aiding in healing you, or what you have to bring to somebody else is not helpful or aiding in their own well-being, cut it TF off. Cut it TF off. Knight of Swords. It's going to take actual strength to be able to say yes, no, yes. You can stay. You can go. You can stay. You can stay. You got to go. Don't ever come back. You need to go over here and figure out some stuff. You gotta go over here right now. Like being able to put energies in their keep, toss, donate bins without getting tied to the emotional content associated with them. I promise you, you will not need that button later. Three of Swords, told you. Nine of Wheels. And Two of Wands. Yeah. Cutting through all of that stuff, it's gonna leave you a little raw. Not gonna lie. This road to redemption after heartbreak, it's not a straight path. No one promised that it would be. There's some other pain that will happen. You know, it's where we are. 9 of Wheels. But you'd rather take this pain, and you'd rather take this 3 of Swords action knowing that the 9 of Wheels is actually supporting it. It's like sitting at home on a Saturday night alone for the first time. It's like, okay, so I feel a little melancholy, but you know what? I'll take the melancholy over the anxiety, over the strife, over the anger, fear, and or sadness. I'll take being lonely for now because I don't have to deal with this. Making the choice to walk away from that is going to leave someone very, very disappointed. But do you want that person to be you? Or do you want that person, or do you want someone else to have to deal with it? I mean, because you're already dealing with, from what I'm seeing here, you're already dealing with some disappointment at the hands of someone else. So if you choosing yourself makes that person in particular upset, so be it. Because they were sleeping just fine when the person being upset was you. Just fine. So tap into that. Tap into what makes you happy and barrel towards that. Okay? Do it with integrity. Please. Because acting unethically will slow your growth. Acting unethically will slow your growth. 7 of Wands, the Tower, King of Swords, 7 of Swords, 10 of Wheels, and 6 of Wheels. Just like saying it like wheels. It's fun. All right. Speaking of slowing your growth. All right, so 7 of Wands, Tower, King of Swords, just these first 3. It's like you're really trying to shield yourself from another complete and total reset. Even though the reset is inevitable. It's like, let me keep the eyebrows on there, man. Come on. No. No eyebrows. All the birds are leaving. This is going to be a total loss. This whole building, it's done. It's over. Right? And coming to grips with the fact that this is going to be a total reset. Yeah, total reset. The 7 of Swords, you may want to keep that information from prying eyes. Maybe another tower can be embarrassing. May chance. But the minerals that will be deposited in the soil after this tower is burned down and you actually can rebuild on the ground Shit, you could probably love it. Oh, come on, spirit. Okay. The building burns to the ground, right? The insurance covers the burning of the building, meaning that you can actually rebuild on this same plot of land, and because you have finances to be able to assist you with this, you can actually level it and pack it down to make a firmer foundation on which to build the rest of this, right? You know what you want, you know how to get what it is that you want, and you know how to say the right things and not say the right things with the Seven of Swords in order to achieve this Ten of Wheels that you're looking for. Yeah. This Ten of Wands has actually made you a lot stronger than you have given yourself credit for. A lot stronger. And the Six of Wheels, there is actual peace of mind coming down the pipe for you, if it is not here already. All right. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with me today. And until we meet again, remember to be good to yourselves and to each other. And we'll see you next time. Bye now.